Hello dear students. After connective tissues, let's now switch over to the next type of tissue, which is known as muscle tissue. Muscles, as you all know, they are responsible for all types of movements in our body. Let us first study their properties. All muscles, actually they are made up of fibers, and these fibers are actually called as myofibrils. These myofibrils are always mesodermal in origin. They arise from the mesoderm germinal layer in the embryonic stage. And they show specific properties. These four features are shown by muscles. What are they? First, they show contractility. Contractility means they have the ability to move because they have got contractile proteins, which we will study later on in the chapter locomotion. Okay. Then they show excitability. Muscles move only when they are excited. That is called as action potential. We will study about the working of muscles again in that chapter, not here. But they show excitability. They work on the basis of the electric potential. Then comes the extensibility. Extensibility means they have the ability to be stretched. You can stretch your muscles. So that is called extensibility. Next is elasticity. Elasticity is different from extensibility. Elasticity means their property to bounce back. Means when they are stretched, they can be again bounced back to their original position. So that is called as elasticity. So these are the properties of muscles. Now let us study the classification of muscles. How are muscle tissues classified? Muscles can be classified on three bases mainly. First is the location. Where are they present in the body? Second is appearance. How do they appear? Third is nature of regulation. How do they work? So on the basis of location, the muscles are divided into skeletal, that is they are attached to the bones. Visceral, they are attached to the viscera. They form the they are actually for the movement of the viscera in our abdomen. Next are cardiac. These are the muscles which are present in the heart. They are responsible for the movement of heart. Then on the basis of appearance, muscles may be striped. They may have light and dark bends. That is isotropic and anisotropic. Light and dark bends they have. So they are called as striped. But there are muscles which do not have these stripes. They are unstriped or smooth muscles. Now on the basis of their nature of regulation, how do they work? They may be voluntary. Voluntary means they are under our direct control. That is, on our will, they will be working or they can be stopped. So we have a direct control over their functioning. So they are voluntary. But there are some muscles which are involuntary. Means they cannot be controlled by our own will. So they will be functioning based on the autonomic, you can say, regulation. Fine. So when we will study about these three muscles, skeletal, visceral and cardiac, we will take up all these parameters also. So let's study about these three types of muscles in detail. This is a comparative table of these three types of muscles. Let's study them in detail. I have drawn the diagram. You can see these are skeletal muscles, these are visceral muscles and these are cardiac muscles. These skeletal muscles, they are cylindrical and they are unbranched. No branching, they are just parallel and cylindrical. Whereas here, these cells of the visceral muscles are spindle shaped, elliptical, and they are present in the form of a sheath. Then cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are also cylindrical, but they are branched. Next point. The skeletal muscles are called as striated muscles because they have got stripes. They have got alternate light and dark band stripes. Light bands are called as isotropic bands and dark bands are called as anisotropic bands. So they have the striations. That's why they are called as striated muscles. Whereas the visceral muscles are called smooth muscles because they lack striations. They do not have any light and dark bands. Next, here in cardiac muscles, they also have striations, but they are not as visible as in case of the skeletal muscles. They have got faint striations. Third point, these skeletal muscles, they have many nuclei. That's why they are called multinucleate. And the condition is called as syncytial condition. And these nuclei are peripheral. They are present on the periphery of the muscle fibers. Here, visceral muscles are uninucleate and they are central. Here also, these cells are uninucleate. The muscle cells of cardiac muscles are uninucleate. Now, they are uninucleate because of a reason, which I will tell you later on. Next, the skeletal muscles, the membrane is called as sarcolemma or sarcoplasmic membrane. And their endoplasmic reticulum are known as sarcoplasmic reticulum. Whereas in case of visceral muscles, they are called plasma membrane and endoplasmic membrane, or endoplasmic reticulum. Here in cardiac muscles, they are also called as sarcolemma and sarcoplasmic reticulum. Next, only cardiac muscles have got intercalated disc. These are oblique discs. Because of these discs, that's why they become uninucleate. The individual cells become uninucleate. They make the cells compartmentalized, and in each compartment there is only one nucleus. This is because of intercalated disc. Oblique bridges are there. Then next, in terms of their activity, skeletal muscles are voluntary. They are under our own will. Whereas both these are involuntary. The smooth muscles and the cardiac muscles both are involuntary. Next, these skeletal muscles, they contract very fast and very random. Here, visceral muscles are very slow. Whereas in case of cardiac muscles, they are fast, but they are very rhythmic. They are not random, they are very rhythmic. Next point, the last point. They get fatigue because they contract so fast. Energy demand is so high, and after a particular time, they need rest. If they are not rested, they will get fatigue. Whereas here, visceral muscles, they get never fatigue. And cardiac muscles also, they get never fatigue. So where do we find these skeletal muscles? All those muscles which are attached to our bones, like our biceps, our triceps, they are skeletal muscles. Whereas visceral muscles are present all along the gut. They are responsible for that peristaltic movement of the gut. And heart muscles, cardiac muscles, as you know, they are also called as heart muscles. So this is a comparative explanation of all these three types of muscles. Now, as recapitulation, Let's study these muscles again in the form of animation. Muscles are so important for any kind of movement, be it bending, walking, or running. Muscles constitute more than 40% of our body weight. They are mesodermal in origin, and their main properties are: number one, contractility, that is, their ability to move. Second is extensibility, they can stretch. Elasticity, they can bounce back. And excitability. Now they can be classified based on their locations, their appearance, and their nature of regulation. So on the basis of locations, they may be of skeletal type, visceral type, or cardiac type. So we will study them again, recapitulate their structures. Like skeletal muscles, they are attached to the bones with the help of tendons, which are made up of collagen fibers. These skeletal muscles are striped muscles. They are having striations of light and dark band, and they are under our own control. So they are voluntary and they contract very fast. They are multinucleate. Next are visceral muscles. Visceral muscles, they lack striations. That's why they are called smooth muscles. You can find them in the alimentary canal, reproductive tract. They are uninucleate. They are spindle shaped, basically sheet like. They are involuntary in their function. So our peristaltic movement or the movement of fallopian tube is with the help of visceral muscles. Next are the cardiac muscles. These are the muscles present in the heart. They are responsible for the working of heart. They have got faint striations and they are uninucleate, and they are also involuntary in their functions. So these were the three types of muscles based on their locations. I hope you are now clear with the muscular tissues.